Well, good morning. Alessio's coming today, which means I need to hurry up and get a few things ready because when he arrives, he likes to just get right to it. Today he's gonna be helping me build this stone little seating bench slash mini retaining wall to cover up this ugly concrete work here. And in order to do that, I need to fix this pipe and get that all situated and ready to have access to water from underneath that seat there. Well, you know, you gotta have water to water the plants and all of that. So super excited to have Alessio back. It's been a while since we worked together. Always better working with friends. All right, no water. Okay, water turned off. This pipe I installed the very first day we started working with the team. It's my very first contribution to the house, and I think we're finally gonna use it. I didn't know at the time what it was gonna be used for, but I figured, you know what, if you have a balcony, you're probably gonna want water, even if it's just to clean off the balcony. But in this case, we decided to plant flowers.
Bradey.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Come va?
Bene, te?
Bene. So I really don't like doing plumbing. It's not my forte. But shoot, I almost forgot how to do this. You put the paste on first and then the thing? Yeah, that's right. But we need to get this plumbing done before this stone wall goes in. This stone wall is going to cover up all this ugly concrete that we had to pour when we initially made the balcony. It's also going to give a nice little place to sit and another place to plant some flowers as well, I think. All right, time to go turn the water on and see if it works. Looks like a small leak, but we have water. Just this guy, right? All right, that's an easy fix. This wall is gonna go up so fast while I've been messing around with the plumbing. Alessio's been pre-shaping some stoves. And I swear he's got half of them pre-shaped already. It's crazy.
Un po' più fuori. Così. Qua devi prendere.
Sì, giusto. Quindi serve passare questo un po'.
No, vuoi il livello o fai a occhio? Lo vuoi dritto dritto? Da livello?
Sì, prendo il livello. Right, turn the water off. Alright, so as you can see over here, I started this stone wall to cover up a few pipes a while back, and now we're just going to carry this line all the way across here, cover up all of this ugly black tar and concrete and whatnot, and then this pipe as well. This is a electrical tube that gives power to the pergola, and then we're just going to add a little outlet here just because it's easy. And then this entire area will be a stone seat all along there. And then along the back will be another place to plant some flowers as well. And then of course we're also going to cover up that concrete right there. Then once all of this stone wall is complete, well, that's the only thing stopping us from tiling this terrace here.
Le hai già comprato le castrelle?
No.
Prendere un coso per la gola.
Bravo, un giusto bello sasso. So really quick, allow me to take a brief minute to tell you about today's video sponsor, Delete Me, and to remind you guys about the importance of protecting your personal data online. We've been using Delete Me for nearly 2 years now. They're the privacy experts that we entrust to gather information that's been leaked around the internet and to go out and have it removed. If you're getting those annoying spam phone calls or those phishing emails, it might be because your information has been packaged up and sold around. There are data brokers that their sole responsibility is collecting your personal information, packaging it up, and then selling it off to the highest bidder, whether that's advertisers or even scammers. But when you sign up for Delete Me, within 7 days, you'll get a privacy report showing where all of your information is left public, and then they'll go out and have that information removed. And they're constantly scouring the internet to see if new information pops up, and if it does, they also have that removed. The internet is not exactly the safe place that it used to be, but with Delete Me, things can become just a little bit safer. If you're ready to also join Delete Me, you can go to joindeleteme.com/Voyagers to get 20% off, or by scanning this QR code, or you can simply enter the coupon code Voyagers at checkout. But with that, thank you so much to Delete Me for sponsoring today's video. Well, this section is coming up rather quickly, and it's just this first maybe 30 centimeters or so that's the most difficult, because we're trying to make this wall as narrow as possible so that it doesn't stick out into the balcony too much. But now that we've come up past that concrete barrier that we had to build for the terrace, any stone will fit. So the rest of this should be a lot easier, but man, just look at the precision, how beautifully shaped these stones are. It's going to make a huge difference for this terrace. Come on, no! There we go. All right, I think I'm gonna try to be smart about this and shape some stones down here before we bring them up. That way, if they break up there, I'm not mad at myself. There's so many embarrassing things like this all over the property of projects that we started and just never finished. And you know, it's functional. It does technically get air underneath the spile, the crawl space, which is what it's supposed to do, but well, it just doesn't look nice. So I bought these a long time ago, like probably a year ago, to finish this project. I'm just not getting around to it. I need to cut this tube for support, put it in there, put this here, cement around it, put stones in there, all that good stuff. And while we have the concrete mixed up, might as well finally check it off the list. Let's see if we can go here. Ah, it's too big. Ouch, that was my knee. Cool. All right, so quite annoyingly, we have one more of these holes to fill in, but I do think that this hole is too low. Pretty soon we're gonna change all the level here and add in stones as a nice little pathway or border in front of the house. And while I don't want, obviously, a hole to be at the level of that stones or beneath it, because then rainwater can go in. So I do believe that I need to remove a few more stones and add the air intake hole right about there. Well, that's not what I wanted to happen. 2 steps back, 1 step forward, something like that. Well, sometimes the stones just don't cooperate, and what was meant to be a small hole turned into a very large hole that I now need to rebuild. But you can kind of see just how deep these walls are and just how much work went into building up these ridiculously thick stone walls. And that's a sewer pipe, and that's the Vespaio, the crawl space underneath there. So that's why we need the hole for air right here to be able to suck air in and underneath the crawl space. Well, this will give us a little bit of a taste of what it's going to look like once all of the stones around the house are pointed. Which honestly, like I really do like that look. It really will look quite nice. Once this dries, I'll add the covers here. It's got a bug screen, make sure that no bugs crawl into the crawl space. But much better than being able to have large animals crawling through, which is the situation we had before. All right, well, continuing with this theme of finishing up embarrassing work that should have been finished a long time ago, figured I'd cover this pipe since we have a little bit extra mortar and it's drying out fast. And well, it needs to be covered. There's a lot of unfinished things like, don't look up at that pipe. We're actually gonna raise up this whole balcony and enlarge it a little bit so that the kids have a nice flat walkout balcony. And it's also a way to cover up these pipes. There's several pipes that had to come out from the kitchen, and raising up that terrace will give us a nice way of covering those up, and it'll make the front of the house just beautiful. So all that concrete will get covered up in stones. And all along this house, this entire front of the house is gonna transform here very shortly. I know it's an ugly mess right now. We're just waiting for one more step before we can kind of clean this whole front up and put a nice stone border along the house. So as beautiful as these flower planter boxes are, I'm not exactly sure how long these flowers are gonna last. See, I know nothing absolutely at all about flowering and taking care of flowers. And well, the stones are proving to be a little bit too hot for them, and they are just kind of shriveling up. I don't think they're gonna last much longer. So I'm gonna go to the local flower shop, show them some pictures, and find some actual good quality flowers that we can plant here that will be able to handle the hot sun and the hot stones. We've been keeping them nice and watered, but it's not that, it's the actual heat, and it gets really hot on these stones. Some of them seem to be thriving, like this one's not too bad, this one's pretty good, but a lot of them, like these, you can see how it's just getting burnt to a crisp. It's because these stones, they're so hot to the touch. They can't handle the heat. All right, so we need to fill in the mortar between the stones and the door jambs. What do you call these things? It'll also give a lot of rigidity because as these doors are opening and closing, they're currently flexing a good bit because they're pivoting on these hinges. Sun's gotten to me, I can't think of words. But in order to put it in, I really need to tape it off because the chestnut wood will absorb the concrete and it will stain it quite easily. perché metà cemento, metà sabbia?
Più o meno, la tua.
Alright, well, it's definitely been some time since I've done this. Let's see if I can remember how. It's going to be a little bit difficult because it's open on both sides, so it's going to want to squirt out the other side as I'm doing this. So it looks like the vision is coming to life here. This stone seating area, the stone retaining wall, is just looking beautiful. And then all of these extra spaces back here will also be used for planting. And we're intentionally keeping just the natural jagged lines of each stone, and whatever you're left with will be used for planting flowers. Oh my goodness, it feels so good in here.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's so hot out today.
It's a brutal day out there today. So, to do the mortar between these doors.
Yeah.
The problem is that
Messy.
very, very messy, dripping concrete everywhere, and it will stain the floor. Why can't I open the trash bag?
Would you like me to open it for you?
Yes. We have this floor protection here.
Yeah?
The more you can spread it
Okay.
along the floor, get trash bags underneath the doors, and then grab a bucket with I can't see you at all. Why don't you grab like 4, 5, 6 more of these trash bags.
Okay.
Don't open them like I did that because they slide over the door
Yeah.
easier.
Okay.
And then let's just protect everything.
Okay.
It's these finishing details that go so far. But unfortunately, doing these finishing details when almost everything else is finished is nerve-wracking. We've got beautiful floors, beautiful walls, everything's finished. I'm hauling in concrete that's going to be splattering all over the place. And also, I'm just a naturally very messy worker. So, I'm trying to be careful, but I also have to move quickly because I don't want to mix up another batch of this, because this batch turned out good. Did I just drop some on the floor?
It's on the bag.
Okay, good. Shoot, I need more hands.
Do you want me to put this down?
No. Alright. This section doesn't hardly need anything. Some of these doors have massive gaps that need to be filled, and some of them are like flush. The way this works is, and I'm just dripping with sweat. It's so hot
You look
outside.
like you got sunburned too.
Yeah, probably. So you way overfill this, let it sit for a couple of hours, and then you come back and cut it and shape it.
I'm just making more of a mess with it, that's why. So I just snuck a peek of what's going on over there in the other side of the house. It's amazing. It looks
What
so
Alessio's
good.
doing is amazing. What I'm doing is not amazing. Honestly, when things aren't going very well, it's so easy to forget to film. I'm trying to fill up either side of this doorway, but this doorway was the worst in terms of the stones just flaring out. So there's large gaps in this mortar. You put in from one side, you build it up like 2 meters, and then it all just simultaneously falls out the other side. So it was like filling up the doorway. And then Alessio just taught me this trick here. Take some paper from an old cement bag. You won't be able to see this because it's too dark. But from this side, you close it up.
Shove it in there.
Ah!
Oh, gosh.
Close it up. Fill in this side. Let that harden. And then once that's hardened, then you can work from the other side. That's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, that makes a big difference. I've cleaned this little spot right here about...
Too many times.
A few times. Because it kept plopping in.
Too many times. That is a seriously good trick. That makes a huge difference. And I wish I had known about that an hour ago.
Well, you know, you live and learn.
Yeah, the mistakes is what make you remember to not do it next time.
Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
That's quite the transformation.
That's stunning. Molto
He's left all kinds of spots to plant flowers and whatnot. And actually, hey, look at all the butterflies.
Yeah,
now that we
they're
have flowers
happy.
here. And it looks pretty awesome, doesn't it?
Like, I knew it would look good, but...
It's a bigger transformation than I expected.
Wow. That's amazing.
Over here, I don't think we're going to close it all up in stones just to make a step for me because I like to climb up that direction. But
I love it. It looks amazing.
after today, all of the pipes, all of the concrete will all be covered up. And the only thing left to do is the tile on the ground.
I cannot
which
wait.
you can see why we have not been able to do the tile yet. Because obviously it would get destroyed.
But it's almost time. It's almost time for the tile. And then this place is going to be actually finished.
Yeah, but with this heat, I'm not looking forward to doing the tile because
No.
that'll be on me. And I think I'll probably just take it slowly in the mornings.
Yes. Do a little bit each day. I'll help you.
Just go slow.
Yeah.
All right, so now that's been drying for about an hour or two. Basically, I just need to push in all of the mortar as much as possible and knock off all of the high points. It's a lot more shapeable now that the stone surrounding it has sucked out some of the moisture. But again, very messy process. All right. Well, hey. Aside from the horrible mess, that turned out pretty good. How did you make the overall structure of it?
All with wire.
The wires underneath it, and then you crocheted over top of the wire.
Knitted, but yeah.
That's so cool. High five. It's a very cementy high five. Well, hey, how about that? What a transformation. If you guys remember what this space looked like before when we were chipping away, getting ready to plant the flowers, to today after building up this stone wall, it's a serious transformation. We do plan on planting more flowers back here. It's just we're having a little bit of a heat wave, and I don't want to plant flowers and have them die in the midst of the heat wave. But man, could not be more thrilled. Anytime Alessio is here, he just pours so much love into this property. He's such an artist, and it's been an honor to learn from him and to be able to work with him. But honestly, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I think I'm gonna leave things here off to the next project, but thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.